Good evening, good evening. This is Samantha Jayne. If you are there watching me live, please let me know you're there. Now remember, I am bringing this to you through StreamYard, so you will need to give permission for me to see your name here in the online studio. So you do that at the top. But if you are there, drop me a comment, let me know, and let me know how your week has been. Good evening, Anna. Lovely to see you. Can you feel the energies already building this week? Ooh, can you feel it? So if you've just put, hey, Sam, no, I have no clue who you are, you need to give permission to StreamYard to share with me your name. Hi, Diane. Lovely to see you tuning in. Hi, Vicky. So as I say, remember to give permission to share your name with me. Hi, Amy. Good. Great week so far. I agree, Amy, knowing your stuff. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. Hi, Lucy. Right then, so I need to crack on because there is so much energy at play this week. Have you been reading my blog? If you've read my blog, write the word blog. I need to know, have you been reading my blog? All right, I need to know these things because there is so much energy going on and it may even feel as if you are losing your mind. Keep writing the word blog if you have read my blog. I'm on the big TV again in Diane's house. Fabulous. So I wanted to just bring through, and I will do the tarot as well a little bit, but it is really key this week because we are heading to what we call the Great Awakening, which is a gateway opening on 11/11. So the clock is ticking, the energies are already building, they always do. So don't be surprised if this week you feel as if you are losing your mind, or maybe it's people around you who are losing their mind. But what is basically going on is that the illusion is kind of fading away and people are seeing the realities that they have created or that they are part of. So be aware of that. We've got a lot of people going to have these sort of light bulb moments where they then have to sit, hi Kathy, they then have to sit in the energy of that because when we take those goggles off and we see a different layer, we see a different reality, we have to go through an adjustment. Now, we may see some politicians developing a conscience, people in positions of power. There could also be quite a bit of challenge going on, potential for confrontation, because what is really going to be what is really going to be highlighted is having that sense of recognizing injustice in this world. And that is already kicking in. We're going to experience that first. And that is to kind of shake you and wake you before you go through the awakening. So what does that mean? Well, what that really means is that you're going to shift. The soul is rising. The soul is rising to be heard. You are going to shift whether you are willing or not to step into these energies. We are seeing a lot of deaths at the moment. And from a soul perspective, that is people opting out. That is souls opting out because they've done their bit or they can't face the challenging times that we may face ahead. But the only reason we will find it challenging is if we are white knuckling to the old world, to the old vibration, to the old way of thinking, believing, if we are living in fear. See, when we go through the 11/11 gateway, you've got to step into that love vibration. You've got to operate through your heart. You've got to see things in that more of a balanced way as all this female divine energy is playing out. If you're in, so it's kind of like a 3D, 5D opening, and I have shared an activation on my site. So look at that on my groups and pages that you can download to help you activate, to help you re-energize yourself to the new energy. So be aware of that. You may want to check that out. But we are certainly going to be shifting. And what this begins with is the mindset this week. Hi, Sue. So hi, Cheryl. Just be aware that people may seem out of character this week, and it is because they are in the process of what we identify as an awakening. All right, there is this shift, there is this change. You know as well as I do, if you've been watching my stuff for long enough, the change always begins on the inner before it can come into your outer. So be aware of that. There is a need for you to recognize that everyone is on their own journey. They are on their own stripping out of negative beliefs, whether it is their own or their ancestors, and that is all part of that ascension process that we came here to play our parts in. So as I say, if you haven't checked it out yet, I really do recommend you pop over and read my blogs. I do most of my energy, in fact, I do all my energy alerts now on my blog on Medium. So you really need to get over there. You need to subscribe or follow, whatever it's called, so that you can get an email every time I release a new energy alert. We have got so much energy activity between now and the end of this year. So just be aware as well that if you are a light worker, I've just been coaching on this, if you are a light worker, if you are here to be part of the shift, if you are here to be part of the change, you have to understand that with the fear energy, that fear vibration, that control vibration is being stripped away. You can't step fully and embrace the light, the love, and all of that good stuff where your abundance sits if you are buried deep in fears. All right, so be aware of that. So what is happening is many people are having to face their fears to release the hold that the fear has on them, whether that's fear of money problems, fear of being alone, fear of relationship issues, you know, whatever that may be. Know that fears are rising to be shifted. So if that is you, know that you're not in crisis, you're in clearing. So just be aware of that. Is that resonating with any of you? Drop me a comment and let me know if it is. It's so key right now. Many people will feel the need to withdraw, again, especially light workers, healers, therapists. You know, service providers may feel they need to step back and be very careful who they mix their energy with. We may become very, very aware of other people's negativity as well. We can see a lot of that going on. So drop me a comment if you are seeing it or if it's resonating. Is this making sense to you? We are in the season of shift and change. All right, we really, really are. All right, but there is this need to step forwards and out of fear, out of control elements. So what is going to happen is people will suddenly be dropping things that served them for certainty and security, because they recognize that they don't suit them. What's the word? They don't align with their morals, their values. They don't like what they're seeing. Some people will find themselves in the middle of things and needing to step in and defend other people. But be very careful with that. Be very careful what you say and what you put out publicly. It could bite you on the ass this week. So just be very, very careful about the words that you choose. All right, so I'm going to switch over to the tarot now. This is a general reading for the week ahead for everybody watching. And so take what resonates with you. If it doesn't resonate with you, then that's not for you, that's for someone else watching. But do listen to the end, because we never know what we're going to get. All right, so are we ready for tarot? Let me see. And as I always have to say, readings are regarded as for entertainment purposes only. I also want to point out that the only way to get booked in with me is through my own website. I work on no other platforms or sites. And so you need to go to needapsychic.co.uk to get booked in with me if you need some help. There's also all the links to the coaching and the blog. Really important that you start reading that blog, lovelies, if you really are, especially if you're an empath and you really, really are affected by these energies. So there is victory. In spite of everything I have just said, there is victory, there is public victory. We may see that with other people. We may see that in our own lives. We may see that in political circles, in positions of authority, you know, whether it's the council, the this, the that. There is this awakening to not wanting to live in fear anymore. And that is a huge victory for this world that we live in. But in order to get your victories, there is a need to truly stay focused. And as I'm always saying to my clients, stay in your lane. It is very easy right now to get distracted by other people's crap and bullshit so that it takes you off path. If you are prone to, ooh, next shiny thing, you seriously may need to stay home this week and stay offline, because you have to stay on your own path in order for you to do what you came here to do, which is all part of ascension. So it really is important, if you're working towards a victory, working towards achieving something, watch for getting distracted this week. Now, we've also had a lot of emotion going on, especially in family settings or friendship circles where we see our friends as family. So be aware of that as well. But if you've been going through a struggle as a family unit, then know that that can start to come to an end with this, through this change, through this shift. So be aware of that. If you are brave this week, if you have courage this week to tackle the things that you are delaying, that you've been putting off, or that you cannot face, then know that things will be well in your world. This is a week to stand up for what matters to you, but in the right way. And we do need to watch for coming across aggressive, defensive, especially if we're questioned about our own beliefs, our own morals, etc., because of that is what everyone is looking at. And I've been warning my business coaching clients for the last year that as we're stepping into 2022, people are going to shop with their hearts, not necessarily with their bargain basement mindset. All right. People will want to do business with people who match them morally, match their values. We've all been watching how companies treated people through lockdown. I've had one client today who didn't get any sick pay and is now in difficulty because of that. Just stuff like that. People have been paying attention. So just be mindful that if you are in business, Jodie, just be mindful now that people are watching, people are observing, and people are picking up and choosing who they want in their lives, and that includes businesses where we shop. So just be aware that your circle of friendships may shift and change, where you shop, who you do business with. All of this could see some changes now, but it is because you have to be connecting with people who match your vibration. And if they're not matching your morals, not matching your values, and not matching your vision for your future self, your future life either, then that connection could come unstuck. So just be a little bit mindful of that, because we're in the season of authenticity. Hi, June. You need to be your authentic self. Really, you need to be yourself. Stop filtering yourself. Take a leaf out of a child with ADHD or Asperger's, or autism, whatever it is, whatever label you want to give that energy-based being, there's no filters. All right. And we can't be filtering who we are in order for the exchange of acceptance anymore. So just be aware of that as well. So, life may squeeze you to stand up and speak proudly about who you are. All right. So just be aware of those moments of opportunities, because in that moment, which may feel challenging, I will remind you it is just a shift to step forwards again and lose fear about being your truest version of yourself. Does that make sense? And drop me a comment and let me know. So, we may have to be pushing through and dealing with lots of people. If you work in a competitive environment. You may see some ugliness this week. I can't do anything about that unless you've got some holiday due to take the week off. But it is very much about other people. You will become aware of how people are driving and pushing and shoving and doing all of those things. So bear that in mind. When it comes to work and daily life aspects, you've got to get your head out of the hardness that's been going on, out of disappointment, out of letdown, out of frustration, out of victim energy, and into your new vision for your world, because you're going to need to hold on to that vision so strongly to ride these waves. And again, that vision has to be your truth, or it will be challenged and challenged and challenged. And even though it be people around you challenging, I will say, well, that's the universe challenging you actually to think again. Has this vision for your work, your business, your life come from your heart and soul? Or is it actually what you have been buying into since the day you were born? We're going to see a lot of people over the next 12 months switch over to what I call more alternative lifestyles. You know, the homeschooling, going off grid, not doing 9 to 5, working from home, working their own magic, doing all of that. We're going to see a lot more of that going on. When it comes to relationships, that could be your intimate one, it could be family, friends, business associates, work colleagues, all of that comes in. You may have some lessons to learn this week. My answer would be, do you know what? Do a note to self. Someone is going to reveal themselves very clearly. I feel that's more around a male energy or a person who sits in a position of power and authority. And they're going to reveal themselves. So I'm going to also tell you, keep your mouth shut and your ears open, and listen to what is said and listen to what is not said, because someone is going to reveal themselves to you on a relationship level. And there is this need for you to just do a note to self and move forwards with a lesson learned. So keep that in your mind. Spiritually, this week is totally about an opportunity for you to let go of negativity, embrace change. You know, there's going to be a lot of God-sent moments, as we say, a lot of divine intervention. That, you know, and I'm going to say to you, if you've been doing your law, if you've been doing your law of attraction, then it's going to get delivered this week. You know, some people are going to get their order delivered, but that can trigger negativity, because that can trigger fear, because of course, as I say, we're in spiritual war, and they are trying to pull you over back into 3D world, back into negativity, where you can be beautifully controlled. So be aware of this, step forward, take that opportunity. You've got your answer. Yeah, it may not present in the way that you thought it would. So that's why I always joke, careful what you wish for. But no, for some of you watching this, there is a delivery coming in this week. And the question is, spiritually, will you let go of the negativity enough to take it? So this is definitely a week where you need to open your heart, open your intuition. And as I say, I have uploaded onto one of my platforms an activation that you can access to help you over the next 11 days with that. But this is a time of transformation. Keep that in mind. This is a time of being reminded that you are part of the whole, part of the big vision for this world, no matter how small you may feel as you watch this right now. Each and every one of you do matter. I wrote something in the, I think it was this week, you know, my message to anyone who feels suicidal. We may see quite a lot of that. So just be mindful of that, you know, we hit a wall before that breakthrough moment. I joke, it's like pregnancy, isn't it? Pregnancy. It's like giving birth. If anyone is blessed enough like me to have given birth, you will know that before that baby comes out, there is an absolute moment where you cannot take anymore, you cannot do anymore, you're absolutely done, and you're screaming, get me out of here, or at least I was. But know this, the next thing you know, that baby, that birth, that new chapter is there right in front of you and in reach. So if you are experiencing what I call darker thinking, know that you need to switch your focus to positive things. Go and grab a salt bath to shift your auric and your energy. And you really have got to learn to be careful of the company you keep, because everybody can infect you energetically, as we say. So yeah, time to high vibe and time to find your tribe of high vibers. Have I helped you? Drop me a comment and let me know before I go off and teach meditation. Drop me a comment or give me a thumbs up if that has helped you. I will leave these lives on the various platforms where I am tonight so that you can access this again and again in the week if you need me to kick your butt once again. Yeah, but but you can, Anne. You can do it. You can do it. It is, I know it's hard, but we have to just seize the moments of joy that lie within the hardness in order to step forwards. All right, it is all about the energy of who we are and our emotion state. Okay, remember, what we feel is what we get. It always, always is. Right then, I am off. I need to teach meditation. Have a powerful, powerful week and keep breathing. And if you need to pull back from this world, I wouldn't blame you. Just for a little while. Have a great one.